Did you know after the age of 60, your body quietly starts losing muscle? Up to 1% every single year, even if you feel completely fine. That might not sound like much at first, but by the time you're 75, you could lose 15 pounds of strength. And that's not just about looking fit. That's the difference between walking up your porch steps with confidence or holding on for dear life. So here's a quick check. Stand up from your chair without using your hands. Can you do it in under 10 seconds? If not, don't worry, but don't ignore it either. That's your body saying, I need a little more support. Let me tell you about someone inspiring. Dr. Shigaki Hinohara. He was Japan's oldest practicing doctor. He kept treating patients, writing books, and walking to work, past the age of 100. When asked his secret to strength and long life, he didn't say exercise. He didn't mention supplements. He said food. Not exercise is the foundation. Welcome to Elderly Strength, where every step forward matters. I'm Dr. Benjamin Carter. For over 30 years, I've helped older adults stay strong, mobile, and independent, without expensive routines or complicated products. Today, I'll share 5 powerful foods that help rebuild muscle after 60. And number 1 on that list, it may completely change the way you think about aging. Stick with me to the end for simple tips, real stories, and timeless wisdom from Japan's longest living elders. If this message speaks to you, say yes out loud. And if you want more support, don't forget to follow the show and stay tuned. We're just getting started, and there's so much more to explore together. Let's get started. Let's begin with something most Americans have never tried: fermented soybeans, also known as natto. Sticky, stringy, and yes, a little smelly. But don't let that turn you away. Natto might just be one of the most powerful foods you can eat after age 60 to help rebuild and protect your muscles. What makes natto so unique is that it's a complete plant-based protein. That means it provides all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to maintain muscle mass. That's rare in plant foods. And it's especially important as we get older because our ability to build muscle naturally slows down. Natto is also rich in a special enzyme called nattokinase. This compound forms during fermentation and helps improve circulation by breaking down fibrin, a protein involved in minor clot formation. Better circulation means more nutrients get delivered to your muscle tissue. But if you're taking blood thinners, be sure to check with your doctor before adding natto to your routine. It also contains vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form. This nutrient tells your calcium where to go, into your bones, not your arteries. That means stronger bones and better heart health. Studies like the Rotterdam study and one published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2015 both confirm that higher intake of vitamin K2 is linked with reduced arterial calcification and better bone density in older adults. And don't overlook the gut benefits. Natto is full of natural probiotics that help your body absorb nutrients more effectively. In Japan, many elders eat a small portion of natto every morning. Some of them are still hiking up hills in their 90s. That's not coincidence. That's consistency. If natto's texture is too much for you, don't worry. You can still get many of its benefits from aged cheeses, like Gouda or Edam, which are also high in K2. Or consider taking a high-quality K2 supplement with D3. Just make sure it's free from unnecessary fillers and pair it with healthy fats like eggs or olive oil for better absorption. Here's your mini mission. Try natto just once this week. Stir it well. Add a little soy sauce or mustard. Give it an honest try. If that's not for you, enjoy a slice of aged Gouda or take a small K2 supplement in the morning. Your bones and your muscles will thank you. Let's move from soybeans to the sea, because sardines might just be the most underrated muscle food in America. They're small, they're simple, and yes, they come in a can. But don't let that fool you. Sardines are packed with nutrients your body needs to stay strong and steady as you age. First off, they're rich in omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA. These healthy fats help reduce chronic, low-grade inflammation, the kind of hidden fire that quietly wears down your body over time. It's like a slow burn inside your muscles, leaving you tired, stiff, and weaker without even realizing it. A 2012 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that omega-3 supplementation significantly increased muscle protein synthesis in older adults. In other words, it helped their bodies hold on to muscle longer. Second, Sardines are loaded with calcium and vitamin D. That's right, real food calcium, not just from a bottle. And that calcium is balanced by vitamin D to help it absorb properly into your bones. It's a natural combo that keeps your hips, spine, and balance in better shape. They also provide coenzyme Q10 and selenium. Think of CoQ10 as the spark plug in your engine, helping your cells start and produce energy more efficiently. And selenium is like your internal shield. It protects cells from damage, supports your thyroid, and boosts your immune system. One of my clients, Margaret from North Carolina, age 76, was always tired by 2 p.m. We swapped her ham sandwich for sardines on whole grain toast with avocado and lemon. After 3 weeks, she told me, "I don't just feel awake, I feel like I've come back to life." Now she gardens every afternoon, and she even joined a senior walking club. Best part? Sardines are affordable, shelf-stable, and low in mercury. They're safer than tuna or swordfish, and usually cost just $1 to $2 per can. A meal for your bones, cheaper than your morning coffee. Want to give them a try? Choose sardines packed in olive oil for added healthy fats. Mash with lemon juice and spread over toast. Add to a bean salad, or eat them right from the can. Worried about the little bones? Don't be. Those tiny bones are edible, soft, and full of calcium. As I like to say, don't fear the bones. They're building yours every bite. So here's the takeaway. Sardines aren't just fish. They're nature's multivitamin for muscle, bones, and energy. Mini mission. Try sardines once this week. Just one small can could be the boost your body's been missing. Now that we've covered sardines, let's talk about a food you might not expect. Seaweed. And no, it's not just for sushi rolls or fancy restaurants. Seaweed is one of the most underrated superfoods for older adults. And it might be exactly what your muscles and metabolism have been missing. Why does this matter after 60? Because as we age, our thyroid function tends to slow down, our digestion weakens, and our muscles recover more slowly. Seaweed addresses all three. First, it's incredibly rich in iodine, magnesium, potassium, and iron, essential minerals for muscle contraction, energy production, and post-activity recovery. Think of these minerals like spark plugs and motor oil for your muscles. They help everything fire smoothly. Iodine is especially key for thyroid health. Your thyroid regulates metabolism, energy, and even your body temperature. When thyroid function slows, which it often does with age, so does your whole system. Seaweed also contains polysaccharides which feed the good bacteria in your gut, reduce inflammation, and support digestion. In a way, it helps your body extract more value from every other bite of food you eat. One of my clients, Joe from Oregon, age 74, had chronic fatigue and bloating. We added just a few pinches of dried seaweed to his soup twice a week. Within a month, his energy improved, and he told me, "I don't just get through the day now, I get things done." Here's how to use it. Add a pinch of dried wakame or kelp to soups or stews. Wrap your sandwich fillings in nori sheets instead of using bread. Or make a simple seaweed salad with sesame oil and rice vinegar. A quick heads up. If you take thyroid medication, keep your seaweed intake to 1 to 2 grams per day and check with your doctor first. Too much iodine can interfere with thyroid meds, but moderate intake is both safe and beneficial. My personal tip? Keep a jar of crushed nori flakes in your spice rack. Sprinkle it over eggs, rice, or popcorn. It adds umami flavor and a mineral punch without extra salt. So here's the takeaway. Seaweed isn't weird, it's wise. And for older adults, it might just be the simplest way to energize your body without lifting a forkful of pills. Mini mission, add 1 nori sheet or a sprinkle of seaweed to your lunch this week. Pair it with tuna, egg, or brown rice, and tell us how it goes. Now let's move on to something tiny but mighty, sesame seeds. These little seeds have been used for thousands of years, but for adults over 60, they're more than a topping. They're protection in disguise. As we age, joints stiffen, hormones fluctuate, and recovery slows down. That's where sesame seeds quietly go to work. They're packed with calcium and magnesium, 2 minerals critical for maintaining strong bones and smooth joint function. Magnesium, in particular, helps your muscles relax after contraction, making it useful for people who struggle with tight calves or nighttime leg cramps. Add to that a healthy dose of anti-inflammatory fats and fiber, and it's clear these seeds offer a full-body benefit. What makes sesame stand out, though, are its lignans, specifically sesamin. These are plant-based compounds that work as antioxidants, protecting your muscle cells from wear and tear. They also help modulate hormones naturally, which can be especially helpful during and after menopause or andropause. Instead of turning to synthetic hormone replacements, foods like sesame offer gentle daily support. I once worked with a client, Diane, 68, who had persistent joint pain and fatigue. Her breakfast, toast and jam. We made one small switch. She started adding a tablespoon of ground black sesame to her oatmeal. Within a month, she reported fewer aches and more energy in her daily walks. "It's like my knees loosened up," she told me. The secret lies in the form. Sesame oil is tasty, but it doesn't deliver the full benefits of the whole seed. For the best absorption, grind the seeds, especially black sesame, which contains anthocyanins. These natural pigments support joint recovery and reduce inflammation. You don't need a fancy grinder. A quick spin in a coffee grinder or blender does the trick. Here's something you can try tomorrow. Take 1 tablespoon of ground black sesame and mix it into your morning oatmeal, yogurt, or even peanut butter. It'll give your body the joint and muscle support it needs, all before you finish your first cup of coffee. Small seeds, big difference. The best kind of strength sometimes comes in quiet forms. And now we've come to the final food on our list, and it's no accident this one is at the top. Sweet potatoes may not be trendy, but for older adults, they're a quiet powerhouse, especially the purple kind found in Okinawa, Japan, where people often live well past 90, still walking, gardening, and even biking. These aren't just long lives, they're strong lives, and sweet potatoes are part of that story. As we age, blood sugar swings, inflammation, and digestive slowdowns can chip away at our energy and stability. That's where sweet potatoes shine. They're rich in complex carbohydrates, which release energy slowly, not the spike and crash you get from white bread or sugary snacks. This gives your muscles steady fuel throughout the day, keeping your legs moving and your mind clear. But what really sets sweet potatoes apart are their antioxidants. Beta-carotene, which gives them their vibrant orange color, converts to vitamin A, critical for immune function and cell repair. Anthocyanins, especially in purple sweet potatoes, are powerful inflammation fighters that protect blood vessels and nerve tissue. That's fuel for your muscles and insurance for your brain. And don't overlook the fiber. Sweet potatoes contain resistant starch, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. That helps you absorb more nutrients from everything else you eat. Think of it as a soil conditioner for your internal garden, making sure everything grows well inside. One of my clients, Mary, 72 from Ohio, used to snack on potato chips while watching TV. We switched that to roasted sweet potato wedges with olive oil and sea salt. 3 weeks in, she wasn't just feeling better, she was moving more, sleeping deeper, and said, "I finally feel like myself again." You can make this simple. Roast a batch with olive oil and cinnamon for blood sugar support. Mash with turmeric and a splash of almond milk. Toss into salads, mix with black beans and avocado, or enjoy cold with Greek yogurt and walnuts. One batch, many meals, easy and nourishing. Here's your mini mission. This weekend, roast a batch. Share with someone you care about, because the strength to age well doesn't have to come from supplements or clinics. It can come from your dinner plate. Soft, sweet, and steady. Sweet potatoes are a reminder that food can comfort and strengthen all at once. Let me close today with a simple truth. Your body doesn't stop rebuilding after 60, but it does ask for something different now. More care, more intention, and a little more kindness. These 5 foods aren't just ingredients. They're quiet allies, steady, natural, and powerful. Here to help you hold on to what matters most, your inner strength. Number 5, fermented soybeans, natto, for better digestion and smoother circulation. Number 4, sardines, rich in omega-3s and the nutrients your muscles crave. Number 3, seaweed, a mineral booster to support your thyroid and restore energy. Number 2, sesame seeds, for more flexible joints and steadier hormones. And number 1, sweet potatoes, Soft, slow-burning fuel to keep you strong. You don't need powders, pills, or complicated programs. You need rhythm. A meal that tells your body, you're still strong, you still matter. Start with one small shift. Maybe it's a spoonful of ground sesame on your breakfast, or roasting sweet potatoes this weekend and sharing them with someone you love. Let your food speak to your body and say, we're not done yet. Let's keep going. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip made just for you. And tell me in the comments, which one will you try first? Thank you for taking your health seriously and for letting me be part of that journey. I'm Dr. Benjamin Carter, and I'll see you in the next video. This content is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet or medications.